Good morning and welcome to Tuesday Morning Zoom. Today, we are simply going to complete the second part of our laws and ethics packet that we started last week. So I had a really good time last week. What about you guys? Was it fun? It was fun. It gave us a break from just coding. Love coding, don't get me wrong, but it gets old, doesn't it? Well, Alexis is not old for you, yet, but Lexi's like, yes, it gets old. We only have a little bit, well, we have about 45 days left of coding, and then we'll be done with CPT coding. And then we'll move into front office, and that can be fun. I say can be fun because some people love to stay in coding, and not me. I love the coding. I really do like it, but I'm always ready to put that blue book step-by-step textbook away. By the time we're done with it, I'm like, I don't want to look at you again until I got to teach you again. So, all right. Any questions or any concerns before we switch over to NCCT? All right, so here we go. I'm going to share the screen. Can you guys see? Yes, ma'am. Okay, so let's read number 13. Which of the following laws require full written disclosure about the finance charges for large payment plans involving 4 or more installments, excluding a down payment? Now, let's just stop and think about it. What are we talking about? Finance charges. Payment plans. So is it the fair debt collections? Are we collecting anything? We're not collecting anything yet. Truth in Lending Act, Equal Credit Opportunity Act, and Fair Credit Billing Act. What do we think? We're having to disclose the finance charges and the large payment plans. So when you go buy a car, I'm going to give the same example as I did last week. When you go buy a car and you go into the finance office, what do they have to tell you? What the interest rate is on your loan and any extra charges. Do you want the extended warranty? Do you want gap insurance, right? They have to disclose these things before they put you in for lending, right? So which one of these would be our answer? It's going to be B, guys. Truth in lending. They have to tell you the truth about the lending. It's going to have finance charges and payment plans. So just like when you do a car, you have a payment plan to pay that money back, right? So let's submit our response and make sure we're right. It's spinning. We are right, or I am right, because y'all didn't answer. I want to hear your thoughts, even if they're not right, because remember,
I put it in the messages.
Oh, did you? Well,
I have my daughter right here, so I don't want her to distract anything.
oh, you're good. You were right, Lexi. Truth in lending. All right, so let's move to the next one. The insurance and coding specialist arrives at work at 6 a.m. One of the duties today is to follow up on patient delinquent accounts. The specialist knows that calls cannot start for the accounts until 8 a.m. due to Fair Credit Billing, Fair Debt Collection Practices, Truth in Lending, or Fair Credit Reporting Act.
B.
B? Who agrees?
I do.
All right, let's double check. You're right. Remember, debt collectors are supposed to follow the rules too. Which of the following collection activities is prohibited by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act? Calling the debtor during normal business hours? Calling relatives to inquire about the debtor's contact information? Providing the name of the creditor to whom the debt is owed? Or contact the debtor by mail?
B.
Say it louder and prouder, Alexis.
B.
B. What do we think? B. Do you want someone calling your mama and saying, hey, give me Abigail's phone number because she owes some money? No, that's not all right. We can't do that. Submit the response. Great job, Alexis. That's right. Next question. Which of the following should the insurance and coding specialist do first when she suspects illegal practices under the Federal Civil False Claims Act? Continue to bill the claims and look for another job immediately? Correct the claims and submit the claims to the OIG once updated? OIG is the Office of Inspector General. Make copies of the claims to use as evidence and contact the insurance carrier? Stop billing the claims and contact the facility's compliance officer.
B.
Can't hear you, Alexis.
D.
D. Do you guys think D is the answer?
Yes.
All right, let's see. D. Very well done. I want to go back to that question again and look at it a little bit more. So calling the debtor during, oh, that's not. Now we have the right question. Continue to bill the claims and look for another job immediately. Well, if you have a continuing problem with them trying to submit claims that are not accurate and they don't change their ways, OUT out, get out. Have not run across that in my years, honestly. Correct the claim codes and submit the claims to the OIG once updated. Well, you wouldn't automatically do that. The OIG does not necessarily want the claims sent to them, but why would they want the corrected claims? Correct the claims, claim codes, and submit the claims to the OIG once updated. The OIG opens that, they're going to see corrected claims, right? There's not going to be anything wrong with it. So pay attention to what you're reading because sometimes it's tricky. Make copies of the claims to use as evidence and contact the insurance carrier. Well, you can't make copies of something that's protected PHI, personal health information. The insurance company has the claims on their side because what happens once you put all your information into bill, you send it to the insurance. They already have that claim, so there's no need to do that. So the correct answer is stop billing the claims. I just wanted to go back and really dig into those answers. All right, we're going to select 3. Can I give you a tidbit? Anytime we go over a question that has 3 answers, it is going to be on the NCCT. Morning, Sean. Okay, the insurance and coding specialist is training a new employee on collection procedures. Which of the following should she tell the new employee? You may leave a message at the patient's place of employment. Yes or no?
No.
No.
You must identify yourself and the reason for your call.
Yes.
Yes. You may call between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m.
Yes.
Yes.
You may call during the week, the work week, but not on the weekend.
Yes.
Yes.
You may not say they could be dismissed as a patient for non-payment. Telling you, you can't say that. So we have 4 answers that could be correct. Let's look at them again. You must identify yourself and the reason for your call. That's a given, right?
Mhm.
You can't just call and say, hey, what's up? Can you pay your bill? No, that's not okay. You may call between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. Do we want to stick with that?
Is it 9 or 5?
Rules
See
of
that?
fair collection.
You said, all right, fellas, we gotta go. It's too much fun. All right, then let's go get anything in Vermont. I wish I could hang out some, but I gotta go with the fellas. I got the hand thing. Did you ever get your stuff back from your friends? Yeah. Thanks. Nick Jr. Sooner or later.
Okay, I don't see what we need. All right, so I'm going to let you guys decide which one we take out, and then we'll look at it from behind, from the rationale.
I'd say take D out.
Take D out.
I don't know.
All right, let's see if that works. You must identify yourself and the reason for your call. You may call between 8 and 9 p.m. and you may call during the work week, but not on the weekends. So let's go back to this question. It takes us back 2 questions. All right. Yeah, I like E too, but I guess these are the most right. You may call during the week, but not on the weekend. I've gotten collection calls on the weekends before.
That's why I was thinking, because I think you could do it on Saturdays.
Okay. When attempting to collect a debt from a patient, there are laws that must be followed. After confirming the identity of the person, identify yourself and the reason for the call. Calls may be made between the hours of 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. during the work week, but not on weekends. It can be considered harassment if calls are made outside of that time period. Threatening to dismiss the patient for non-payment is not allowed. There is a specific protocol that must be followed to terminate a patient-physician relationship. A message cannot be left at a person's place of employment. Okay, well, it said on there you cannot threaten. We're not going backwards. We're just going to keep on moving. All right. The physician that the insurance and coding specialist works for is fraudulently billing for services that were not performed. The specialist has previously tried to talk to him about this, but he continues with these practices. Which of the following should the specialist contact? I've already told you what this was one time.
B.
When we were talking a while ago, I said this stands for blah, blah, blah.
OIG.
B.
B.
OIG. Yes, the Office of Inspector General, which is part of the Department of Health and Human Services, has been given the power to enforce federal, state, and local laws to control health care fraud. and abuse and to conduct investigations and audits. So that's what the OIG is. Okay. Patient calls the physician's office and indicates that the provider is a friend of a friend who referred her and wants the provider to waive the routine office visit copay of $30. Which of the following statements should the insurance and coding specialist use in response? We will waive the copay per the physician's instruction. Waiving the copay would violate the Anti-Kickback Law. The practice attorney will review the situation and contact you. I will need approval from the manager.
D,
I'm sorry, Sean, what?
D,
B? So Sean gave
D.
us B. So
D as in dog.
He said D.
okay. You wanna go with- It's not correct. Waiving the
B.
copay would violate the Anti-Kickback Law. The federal Anti-Kickback Law is a statute that prohibits the exchange or offer to exchange anything of value in an effort to induce or reward the referral of federal healthcare program business. In this case, the patient would be receiving her services at a discounted price simply because her friend is a friend of the provider. So we would be waiving waiving the copay would violate the Anti-Kickback Law, right? And that's the right answer. Good job, Sean. Listen, that wasn't a bad guess. Wrong answers are okay, especially since this is the first time we've done this. Which of the following are considered standard responsibilities for an insurance and coding specialist? We're going to select 3. Complete the insurance claim accurately.
Yes.
Waive co-payments and co-insurance as required for patients.
No.
We can't do that, can we? It's
No.
against the Anti-Kickback Law.
No.
Transcribe medical records for the physician.
No.
Are we transcriptionists or billing
No.
and coding specialists? So we
No.
don't transcribe.
No.
Submit claims to the third-party payer.
Yes.
Yes.
Apply credit and collection laws.
Yes.
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 We got that right. 3 answers again. Which of the following actions will help to protect an insurance and coding specialist from being charged with fraudulent behavior? Following current billing and coding practices.
Yes.
Yes.
Report only the codes that the provider selects. Let's hold off on that one. Think about it. Ask for clarification when documentation does not support the coding.
Yes.
Yes.
Abstract, which means
Yes.
pull out data from the patient EHR summary page.
No.
I don't know about D. Let's hold off on that one. Fill out the CMS 1500 form completely.
What kind of form is that?
That's your claim form that you put in all your CPT codes and insurance information. And I know, Alexis, some of y'all haven't gone over that, but that CMS 1500 form is just your claim form. So
Yeah.
which of the following actions will help protect an insurance and coding specialist from being charged with fraudulent behavior?
E.
I'd say
E.
E.
Yes, E.
Want to say E?
Yeah.
Follow current billing and coding practices. Ask for clarification when documentation does not support an abstract data from the patient EHR summary page. So let's find out why. It is important for a billing and coding specialist to avoid committing fraud. One way to avoid committing fraud is by following current billing and coding practices. This means consistently educating themselves through seminars, articles, and using current materials and coding updates. They should also ask for clarification when documentation does not support coding. They should only code what is documented and should never code only what the physician selects. You have to make sure that the physician is only selecting what he actually did. So you can't just take the word for it. You've got to look at the medical records. A billing and coding specialist should also be able to abstract data from the correct parts of the EHR summary page. Filling out a CMS form completely will not help to protect a billing and coding specialist because not every space needs to be filled out on every claim. It's important to be aware of what information is needed on specific claims. We will be going over that in detail later on, but it's just not where we are right now. We're not going to go backwards. A clinical laboratory receives orders from a physician for a specific clinical laboratory test. The lab performs and bills for the test indicated on the order, but also bills for additional tests that were not ordered or rendered. This illegal practice is considered kickbacks, malpractice, upcoding, or fraud.
Upcoding.
Uploading.
Upcoding is exactly what it sounds like. You're coding up. You're coding things that are not there. You're coding more severe procedures when he didn't do them. So upcoding. I don't agree with this.
About to say fraud too.
Well, upcoding is fraud.
Yeah.
Upcoding is fraud. Submitting a claim or claims for medical item or service that is not performed or medically necessary constitutes fraud. Okay, Dawn. I guess I'll just swallow that one. We'll go back to that one another time. I'm gonna keep saying that one until we get that right. For this testing purpose, make sure it's fraud and not upcoding. Anyway. An intentional tort in which unconsented, harmful, or unwarranted physical contact occurs is an example of
Abuse.
okay. Normally, it would be abuse, but when you're talking about in medical billing and coding, in court, abuse is unintentional. Sounds
Battery.
crazy, I know. But you know, when we think abuse, we think, you know, abuse or verbal abuse, but in this kind of situation, abuse is unintentional. So an intentional tort in which unconsented, harmful, or unwarranted physical contact occurs is an example of, I heard somebody say malpractice. It is not,
Battery.
it is not malpractice. Okay, we're going to try battery. And that is right. Battery is unwanted physical contact. Malpractice is illegal professional treatment. Abuse is the misuse of something such as alcohol or power. Negligent is a failure to provide proper care. So battery is the correct answer. A physician does not require his patients to pay copays. The insurance and coding specialist has told the physician this is an illegal practice. The physician continues to waive the copays, Which of the following indicates the appropriate course of action for the insurance and coding specialist? Ignore the situation because the physician owns the practice. Alert the insurance carriers. Add the copay amount to the patient bills, or send written notices to the patients.
B.
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 Okay, I hear more B's than anything else, so let's try B. Correct. None of the other ones were a good option, so that's a great one, a question. Some states may be stricter than others when it comes to the practice of waiving copays. Louisiana is not strict, just FYI. And some may have harsher penalties, but it's still a poor practice and not accepted by insurance carriers. If a physician is participating in unacceptable practices against an insurance carrier, that insurance carrier should be notified. 25, our last question, and we need 3 answers. Which of the following are legitimate reasons for a provider to terminate a patient relationship? Patient consistently fails to keep appointments.
Yes.
Okay. Patient fails to make payment arrangements on delinquent accounts.
Yes.
Yes.
A patient is related to a staff member.
No.
No.
Patient is non-compliant with medical treatment.
Yes.
No.
No.
Patient is disruptive in the waiting room.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's look at D for just a minute. Patient is non-compliant with medical treatment. If a patient doesn't comply with the doctor's recommendation, it can make the doctor liable. You have to follow the orders of the doctor. If you're non-compliant, he can dismiss you from treatment.
So D.
D.
So it is D.
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 The patient is disruptive in the waiting room. You can ask them to leave, but it's not necessarily a reason to terminate them completely. They could be just having a bad day. All right. We got through our Law and Ethics NCCT packet. Now, how many of you felt good about that?
Me.
Me.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on the calendar, and after we get back from our Christmas break, which we're off for 2 weeks for Christmas, but you will have a little project. It will be fun, but I have to give you a little project, and don't make me come find y'all. You must come back to class after Christmas break, period. Do you know, after you're off for 2 weeks, everybody's like, I'm bored. That in tax time, people become thousandaires and they're just like, I don't need to go to school anymore. Not acceptable in my class. You have to stay. You've gone this far. But we will go back through this packet very quickly after the Christmas break, okay? Just to see where we're at. Next week, we're going to begin to do claims. We're going to go through our claims packet. And again, I'm not going to do lecturing on it. What I'm going to do is we're going to take the questions and we're going to talk about them. I'll learn better that way anyway. I don't know about you. Lectures, you know, about 10, 15 minutes in, I'm not listening anymore. And who
You
lectures?
get lost in it.
Yeah. Who lectures more than 10 to 15 minutes knowing that? But sometimes I have to tell you the information. But any questions or concern before we call it a day today?
No, ma'am.
Sean, I am so glad you joined us while you were at work. Doesn't she look cute in her uniform, y'all?
I'm sorry, I did. I ended up getting called in today, so I was like, I ain't gonna, I can say Zoom call. So when
Well-
I realized it was that, I said, let me get on.
Yes,
I
it does.
usually just wait till I get off and go home and go over the recording, but I just wanted to join y'all. So
Well, we're so glad you did. Guys, if you're at work and you just need to mute and you just listen, that's fine too. Just let me know, Miss Marcia, I'm at work and I'm gonna listen. I'm muted. But I just love that you guys took the time to come spend time with me this morning. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 students. I'm sorry, that makes me happy. All right, you guys have a great day. If you need anything, just reach out to me. I will be uploading this to YouTube and putting it in Genzabar, but it just may take a little bit, but it will be there by the end of the day.
Miss
Bye,
Marsha,
Yes, darling.
do we have a bell ringer today?
Yeah.
It's on the website, or because I didn't get the email.
No, honey, you should be doing things in Genzabar now. You're not going to get any more emails. You do things strictly in the learning the e-learning site. Did you get my email with the video in it that I sent out Friday?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you watch it?
Yes.
All right. You're going to be doing everything in e-learning now without me sending emails, but you can reach out to me, sweetie, if you need anything or you have any questions.
As far as the books, do you know when those should be coming in?
If it was Miss Marcia's job, they would have been there before the day you started, but I have no control no matter how much I gripe. I'm like, just send them to my house. I'll bring them to I'll do it. The book company sends them, and I don't think they get it into any big hurry. That's why I try to be very flexible and easygoing. All right, Lexi got hers within a week. No, I'm kidding, Lexi. I really do expect them this week, Alexis. I really do. I just can't tell you what day. Who's on the iPhone?
I am.
Me.
Yeah, but I see Aaliyah and Alexis, but the iPhone doesn't have. Anyway, I just wanted to say hi. But anyway, okay, I'm really going this time. Y'all have a terrific Tuesday. Let me know if you need me. Don't forget, we have 4 o'clock Zoom on Thursday, and Miss Danielle will be hosting.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.